My name is Sirili Kunguru. I serve as a pastor with Village of Eden Church. I serve with a church in Sitovu. I am 32 years old. I am married with one beautiful wife called Amase Winnie. Meeting Winnie is one of my miraculous things in life. She's also a teacher by profession. I have two children biologically, Elisha Matthew Kunguru and Elijah Andrew Kunguru. I met Edmond, who is a cousin to my wife. He's also my son too, so I will introduce myself that I have three children. I met Edmond, Elisha Matthew Kunguru, and Elijah Andrew Kunguru. I was 16 when I joined sponsorship. I grew up in the village called Lunyo in Busia district near Namaingo town. I grew up with my grandmother. I didn't know my parent, I didn't know my dad. Then when I finished my primary 7 at Lunyo Primary School, I was looking for my dad, who was found to be a pastor of Calvary Churches, which was under Helping Hands. He connected me to the school because then the school was beginning in Busia. That's how I found myself with this wonderful program. Child sponsorship has been a great program in my life. I will share a little testimony. Growing up with my grandmother, I had no hope of going to school after the government program of primary free education. And very few children passed through that program. So I passed and no one could pay for my high school. Then finding myself in the program, it first gave me the opportunity to continue with studies, which I had no hope before. Then secondly, it relieved my family with a financial stress where my grandmother had a lot of grandchildren, and some of them, even though they were in primary school, they needed some help, like food and all of that. So when I joined the sponsorship program, my lunch was assured at school. That means I have relieved her with that. Then the third thing, I came to know more about Christ after joining the program. So the program has been so impactful in my life. One, in my spiritual life, making me grow spiritually because the materials were available. The people leading me to read through the materials, discipleship, they were available. The food for my growth was available. The finances for my studies was available. After my senior 6, that is the last class before people join the university, still I knew that my education journey has ended. But we thank God, through the sponsorship program, I got an opportunity to join Word of Life Bible Institute in Entebbe, which trained me for 1 year. After that, I came back and I was joined to work with child sponsorship. And I worked with child sponsorship with VOE school for some time. Then is when I started realizing that my heart is leaned towards the church more than towards the job. And even though the job was showing more security than serving, because service then was not sure whether the church is going to employ a full-time personnel, but God allowed me to access those opportunities that were in church and serving by then. Then I joined the service in the church, which later brought about serving the community in the church. So doing home visits and just serving people around in the church, the older ladies who receive some food help from church, going there weekly, encouraging them. That was a big opportunity for me. Then later is when the church COVID came in and we had to stop church service. Then we start moving to different homes. Then we realized there was these two ladies that were coming from very far, but they were very committed during all the church, and maybe we had not been recognizing. So we started a home cell there. then a ministry with more people. 3 years back we started a church, and my leaders in the church asked me to be leading that group. That is the seat of church that I'm leading now. Church sponsorship has impacted the community so greatly. Whenever we came in, we found out that very few children go to high school around in the community. I can't know the number, but I am so sure that that number has increased greatly, because very many children right now are joining high school. Also, mentally, church sponsorship has been a mental change to the community, where people have hope that they can also do study, speak a foreign language like English, and also get job, be sustainable from what they earn. This has really changed the mental, not only of the children in the sponsorship, but also of the parents in the community. Spiritually, child sponsorship has helped very many people. I will go back from the time of Esangalo. We have very many people that have heard the gospel, very many people that have accepted Christ, very many people that have been called into ministry, very many people that their spiritual life has changed because of the child sponsorship. I will say today we have a Bible club where people are paid to go to schools and teach Bible to the children in child sponsorship. This should impact the children's spirit affairs very well. Also, nutrition. Child sponsorship provides food for children at school. Both for those who study at VOE, I think they have the best meal, but even the outside schools, they get beans, they get flour, and they have a meal every day, which some homes cannot afford to have lunch and supper, but the children who are in child sponsorship, they afford to have breakfast, lunch and supper if they go to their schools, and these are paid for. And then the education. Child sponsorship has allowed people to go to school, study from the money which is not coming from the parents' pocket, the money that is coming from someone who has given out. This is a great opportunity to the life of the children of the community. And I think I will say the impact is not only on this community, but in the nation, Uganda, as the whole of it have been benefited from this child sponsorship.